activists up in arms. The photo shows Kagan playing softball back in 1993 on the front page of the Wall Street Journal, and critics call it a blatant attempt to insinuate that Kagan is a lesbian. The Wall Street Journal calls that notion absurd. Joining me now for a fair and balanced debate, Fox News contributor Ellen Ratner. She's a Washington bureau chief for Talk Radio News. And Penny Nance is CEO of Concerned Women for America. So there you have it, teed up on the very front page of the Wall Street Journal. And now you've got the spokesperson for the Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation, Ellen, saying, quote, "It is clearly an allusion to her being gay." By the way, a fact, her gayness, the White House denies.
Well, first of all, it's not. The White House should say, and as everybody else in this debate should say, it's not an issue what her sexuality is one way or the other. But secondly, I mean, we grew up with the stereotype image of the gym teacher, et cetera, and the women playing softball. And at least the boomers did. It's not such an issue today because women really are much more involved since Title IX in all kinds of sports. But in my day, they weren't. And that is the image, and I think it was clearly designed to be a subliminal suggestion that she may be gay.
Penny, is there any fairness to that?
No, I disagree, and I probably should say in the spirit of full disclosure that in high school I played some church league softball. I'm sure my stance wasn't as good as Elena Kagan's, but, you know.
That's what my husband said. That's the first thing he said. Her stance is really good.
Yeah, no, she was good. I was stunned. So, no, I really don't think it is, and I think it's distraction from her record. Concerned Women for America opposes her based on her record. We're concerned about her constitutional orientation. We're concerned about the fact that she favored high-priced lawyers who spend their time.
All right, I don't want to get into it. I don't want to make this an Elena Kagan bashing segment. I just want to talk about the photo and the controversy. Ellen, Pat Buchanan over on MSNBC this morning came out and said the following. Listen to this. We have the quote. "Women's softball has been associated with lesbians and being gay for a long time. Not exclusively, obviously." Not exclusively, obviously, he says. A lot of girls' teams play softball, but that's been sort of a signal, like two men sunbathing together on a beach or something like that. The immediate implication is that they're gay. Ellen?
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, again, in my generation, it's a very different situation with young people today because young girls are involved in all kinds of sports. But the other issue is why would they put that in the paper? I mean, would they have done that for one of the male justices that they were nominating? I don't think so. So I think they have. Why would they put that there?
Why would they, Penny? You know, that's what the critics are saying. That you don't see pictures of Clarence Thomas playing softball. Why go back 17 years?
Maybe we should. Maybe we should. Maybe he should be. I mean, this whole administration is about fitness. I really don't think it's indicative of anything. There's 1,400 girls teams in Northern Virginia that play softball. I think it's an affront to those girls, and I think this is a vicious rumor. I really don't think it's fair, and I'm not happy that this is the course the conversation's going. I would much rather talk about her record. I think that's important.
Well, there are already calls online, including, by many on the left, Ellen, for her to reveal her sexuality. The White House is saying she's not gay. Others are saying it's none of our business what her sexuality is. Where do you stand on that,
It is none of our business. My stance is it's none of our business, and we need to not only be colorblind, we need to be sexual orientation colorblind in our society or blind in our society. And I think that this was just a real attempt to put questions in people's minds.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure that this was necessarily from the right. I think it may have been from the left. But as a way to change our attention away from her record, I think we need to discuss the serious problems we have with the positions that Elena Kagan's taken.
But there are a lot of folks who are coming out and saying that we're entitled to know her sexuality the same as we'd be entitled to know, what her religion is or whether she has a spouse and how that may factor in. And, my question for you is, so if the White House is coming out and saying, at least not officially, but on background, they're saying she's not gay. Her friends have come out and said she's not gay. Nonetheless, there's this huge speculation that she's a lesbian. Ellen, forget discrimination against gays and lesbians. Is there a sexist thing going on here? Because Elena Kagan happens to be 50 years old and she's not married, and suddenly she must be gay.
Well, people were suspecting Souter when he was a single guy, lived in New Hampshire. So people suspected that as well. But, you know, it didn't raise to this kind of thing. I mean, nobody saw, you know, a suitor shopping or something that would be stereotypical.
Shopping? Does that
Shopping.
make you gay? I'm gay.
Well, I guess if a gay man shops,
Megyn.
I don't know. But all I'm saying is that we did see that being stereotypical when Souter came up, and there were rumors about Souter too. I think the president or other people ought to simply say, this is not an issue, folks. We're moving on.
What about it, Penny? Speak to that issue of possible sexism.
Megyn, I came in to work this morning listening to morning radio and heard horrible, ugly things said about the way she looks, picking apart her appearance. Frankly, I think that is a problem. I think it's a problem as a woman that they have to talk about the way she looks and not what her record is.
Don't you think, now as a woman, you get to a certain age, you're not married, you're gay? You know, I mean, I have a friend, she's 37 years old, she worked for Planned Parenthood for, a decade and a half. Everybody said she must be gay. She works for a liberal group, she's not married, she's gay. Now she's pregnant, she's expecting a baby. Oh, turns out she's not gay. I just think that you hear this narrative a lot when women get, too old for conventional society before getting married. Am I wrong? I'll give you the last word, Ellen.
Well, no, you're absolutely right, and I agree with you. I think that it should be off the table, and it shouldn't be part of the discussion. And I think it is not only a gay issue, it's a sexist issue.
All right. Well, we'll see. And I would love to hear your feedback, viewers. Let me know at kelly@foxnews.com whether you think that we have a right to know or what you think about the debate. Penny, thank you so much. Ellen, to you too.
Thank you.
Well, folks,